Hello, everyone, and welcome in to 2023 WIAA football live on Zaleski Sports. Glad to have you in on a Friday here tonight. We've got the Hortonville Polar Bears hosting the SPASH Panthers in Week 3 of the 2023 WIAA football season. Both teams coming at 1-1 overall. And before I get too far ahead of myself, my name is Cale Jacoby alongside Trevor Zaleski doing the production here tonight. And this is your Auto Select pregame show. Auto Select is Stevens Point's best choice for auto repairs, maintenance, and tires. Complete auto repair services with locations on Church Street and on Highway 10 East. No matter your automotive needs, look to Auto Select and you are good to go. This is your Auto Select pregame show. Again, both these teams come in at 1-1 overall in the season. They both lost their openers. Of course, Stevens Point lost that 35-7 game to an excellent McQuanago team. Very tough game to start your season with. And then Hortonville, they lost their first game of the season at 14-25 here at home to West De Pere. But both teams rebounded in Week 2. Hortonville coming off a win at Pulaski. They won that one 13-0 in a shutout, did Hortonville. Again, that was at Pulaski, so getting a win on the road there does Hortonville. And Stevens Point coming off a home win against Hudson. They won that game in a tight one, 21-14 a week ago today. In Week 3, 2023 WIAA football here on Zaleski Sports. It's Hortonville and SPASH. We'll take a quick break and hear from our friends over at Auto Select, as this does bring us to the close of our Auto Select pregame show. Auto Select, Stevens Point's best choice for auto repairs, maintenance, and tires. Complete auto repair services with locations on Church Street and on Highway 10 East. No matter your automotive needs, look to Auto Select and you are good to go. We'll take a quick 30-second break. Hear from our friends at Auto Select back after this on Zaleski Sports.
When it comes to vehicle maintenance and repairs, Stevens Point knows you can always put your trust in Auto Select. Keeping up with vehicle maintenance is often an inconvenience, but with locations on Highway 10 East and on Church Street in Plover, Auto Select will have you back on the road in no time. From oil changes, check engine lights, brakes, struts, shocks, tires, your vehicle is always in good hands with Auto Select. Quality, dependable automotive care from service experts you can trust in Stevens Point and Plover.
Welcome back, everybody, as you take a live look at the Hortonville Polar Bears coming out of their giant inflatable polar bear here to start the game as they come out with the American flag, waving it around there at center field. The Polar Bears looking fired up, coming out of their tunnel here to start things off. Of course, Hortonville being the home team, they get a lot more dramatic entrance out onto the field than the road SPASH Panthers going to get. Coming out here, looks like SPASH will just kind of make their way out onto the field. Of course, SPASH A similar little routine to start their game. Home teams always get a little bit more of the extravagance to start the game. Of course, as you can see, Hortonville wearing their red uniforms, white numbers, white pants. Very clean look there for Hortonville. Looking a lot like the Wisconsin Badger uniforms. They're a classic, just clean look there. SPASH, of course, with their white on black. They're wearing their all-white uniforms, black numbers, black helmets with the red SP for Stevens Point logo. It's Hortonville and SPASH again. Both these teams coming in at 1-1. Hortonville coached by Nicholas Reichert. SPASH coached by Ryan Eigenberger. And again, this is also, failed to mention in the pregame, opening night of conference football season here in the Valley Football Association. Conference games for the rest of the year for both these teams in the Valley Football Association as they start off here with Hortonville and SPASH. Conference play kicking off all around the state for 2023 WIAA football. Again, Valley Football Association. These two teams are going to play teams like Appleton West, DC Everest, Marshfield, Wausau East, Wausau West, and Wisconsin Rapids. Actually, Stevens Point's next game will be at home against Wisconsin Rapids, but we've got a game here tonight before we get there in a big matchup here. First conference game of the season for either of these squads. SPASH and Hortonville. Kicking off for Stevens Point is Mason Dillingham. And the whistle is off, and here is the kickoff from Dillingham. Short kick will be taken. Breaking one tackle, breaking out of another, juking up the middle. A very nice return here. Tackled down at the 43-yard line. That was Seth Valeri on the return for Hortonville, and the Polar Bears start off with a great opening return down at the Hortonville 43-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 43 for the Polar Bears. A SPASH against their defense set. Looks like starting at quarterback for Hortonville is Broden Butson. Broden Butson, the quarterback for the Polar Bears. In the backfield next to him is Levi Strange. So Butson and Strange back there. Butson fakes it, taking it on a sweep down the left sideline. A good gain for Butson. And he's down for a good 7-yard gain that time. It'll bring up 2nd and 3 for the Polar Bears as Strange comes out. See who they got in there now at running back for the Polar Bears. 2nd and 3 for Hortonville here. Colin Wendt lined up at receiver down here near the 50-yard line. Shotgun look. Butson hands off up the middle and swallowed up in the backfield. That was Vollner on the carry. Making the play in the backfield for SPASH was Eli Hainselsberger. Hainselsberger gets back there to make the play. Looked like Bridger Bolin as well for SPASH. Both Panthers getting back there. Loss of 1 yard on the play brings up 3rd and 4 here for the Polar Bears. Shotgun look again, 2 receivers to the far side of the field. The wide side of the field, I should say. Butson takes the snap, hands off up the middle. That's Strange, and he's stuffed right at the line of scrimmage. Maybe gains a yard on the play. A swath of SPASH Panthers in on that play. It looked like it was, again, Bridger Bolin and Eli Hainselsberger making the play. 1 yard gain on the play for Strange brings up 4th and 3 near midfield, or about right at midfield at the 50-yard line. And it looks like Hortonville is going to line up and go for this. 4th and 3, first drive of the game. We've already got 4th and short here from midfield. 4th and 3 for the Polar Bears. I believe Vollner's back in the backfield for the Polar Bears. Butson takes the snap, drops back to throw, ducks in, and he is sacked. Turnover on downs, making the sack, Ethan Ellinger. Ethan Ellinger sacks Butson, and a turnover on downs as SPASH will take over from the 45-yard line of Hortonville. Make it the 44-yard line. So the Panthers set up with excellent field position here on their first drive. Of course, starting at quarterback for SPASH, Grant Chandana. Smola in the backfield next to him. And they'll hand off to Smola up the middle, and Smola's got a nice carry. Good 8 yards on the first run of the game for Stevens Point. As we take a look at this replay on the sack, as you look at Ellinger there, making the play, Ethan Ellinger just worked his way around the left tackle and made the play. Again, it looked like Butson may have had a chance to step up and through, but Ellinger closes that gap. 2nd and 2 here. Chandana keeps it, and he's going to lose a couple. They call that 2nd and 3, so that'll be a loss of 2 yards on the carry from Chandana, and it will bring up 4th and 5 here for the Panthers. 3rd and 5 for SPASH. Again, we saw in that week 1 game for SPASH, they lost at 35-7, but Braylon Smola had a heck of a game in the backfield. The Panthers really rode Smola. He is their workhorse back here this season for the Panthers. And they're going to give it to him here on 3rd and 5. Got some space there. The Panther offensive line doing a great job there, and he's going to be close to the first down. It looks like he's going to have it. He's got it. First down, SPASH, as it's a 6-yard gain from Braylon Smola. And it's a Panthers first down. Down at the 33-yard line. 1st and 10. SPASH going quickly here out of the huddle. Chandana and Smola back there. Got Konopacki to the bottom of your screen here. And they're going to go to Konopacki. And Konopacki nearly makes another one-hand catch, but it's going to be incomplete. Chandana a little high on the throw. Again, if you remember back to week 1, we saw maybe the catch of the year so far in WIAA football from Amon Konopacki. He had a one-hand unbelievable snag for a first down, and he tried for another one there with the left, but couldn't pull it in. That was going to be a very tough catch. That one just got away from Chandana a little bit. 2 receivers down to the left here. Shotgun for Chandana, and he's going to hand off to Smola. More room for Braylon Smola up the middle, and he gets nearly to the 25, down at the 26. Going to be an 8-yard gain. We'll see how much they give him here. 7-yard gain for Braylon Smola. Makes it 3rd and 3 for the SPASH Panthers. They're 1 for 1 on 3rd down here this drive. And quintessentially in the game as well. Shotgun look, 2 receivers to the right. Smola and Chandana. Send the receiver in motion. Hand off the middle to Smola, and he is stuffed up. Gains 1 yard. Going to be short of the first down. It looked like in on the tackle there for Hortonville was Aiden Rowe. Aiden Rowe making the tackle there. Brings up 4th and 2 for the Panthers. And I think SPASH is going to go for this here. So another big 4th down here. The defense won the matchup. SPASH defense won it last time. We'll see how the SPASH offense does. That's going to be a false start against the Panthers, and it is a false start call. Like the right guard that time might have went early. Well, definitely went early, but I believe it was the right guard. And we'll see what SPASH does here. Again, you're getting kind of an odd range here in high school football. You don't have... This is going to be too long of a kick. So even in 4th and 7, you're going to go for it here. 4th and 7 at the 30-yard line. SPASH going to go for it. And Konopacki's one-on-one there at the top of your screen. We'll see if they try to go deep to him. No, he's on a comeback route, and it's going to be incomplete. Turnover on downs. Hortonville comes up with the stop. Again, you saw that time they went with a quick boot from Chandana and sent Konopacki on a comeback, but the cornerback for Hortonville, believe that was Austin McHugh. Excuse me, that was Colin Zhang. Looked like at corner that time. He was not fooled by Konopacki's comeback route. Again, I thought maybe they might try to go deep there. Would have been a little bit more risky, but try to comeback route right at the first down marker. Incomplete. And I think Chandana just tossed that out of bounds because that was going to be, if he tried to throw that on the money, it might be intercepted. The cornerback was right there. Nonetheless, Polar Bear football, 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line. Shotgun look, sending a man in motion. That's Peters, and they shuffle it to Peters on the jet sweep. And he stays inbounds and gains 0. And it will head to 2nd and 10 here for the Polar Bears. On the carry from Winston Peters. 2nd and 10, Hainselsberger makes the tackle again. Hainselsberger makes the tackle again for the Panthers. He's had a nice night already there on the defensive front for Spash. Both these teams like to run that shotgun look. Again, at quarterback for Hortonville. Butson. And they fake it. They go on the sweep again, and Spash not fooled. On that play, Butson kept it, but the Panthers were all over that, gaining maybe 2 yards. For Hortonville, it was Butson. Brings up 3rd and 8. Broden Butson gains 2. 3rd and 8 here for the Polar Bears. Shotgun look here. Bunch receivers set to the bottom of your screen here. 2 receivers bunched up there. Shotgun look. Butson, a bad snap. Able to get the handoff away. Outside, going to be well short. Maybe gaining 2 yards on the carry is Gavin Vollner. And again, making the tackle for Stevens Point, Eli Hainselsberger. Out of that outside linebacker spot, Hainselsberger's had a really nice start here for Spash, and this Panther defense holds up again, and Hortonville will punt. Back to punt, Colin Wendt. Fourth and 6, here's the punt. Wendt, it's a pretty good punt. And it'll go out of bounds, though, at, we'll see where they mark it, near the 40-yard line of the Panthers. And the referee's going to mark it at the 43. So the Spash Panthers will take over at their own 43-yard line. Chandana will come back out to lead this Panthers offense. And if you're Spash, you got to think you're going to ride that ground game here with Braylon Smola and that Panther offensive line. That's really what worked well for them in that first drive. Only really had 1 play, but they got stuffed up a bit. They gained 2 yards, but other than that, it was 8 yards, 10 yards, 7 yards from Braylon Smola. Spread set here, 2 receivers to the bottom, 1 a wing back to the right, 1 receiver to the right, and they're going to play action pass it. Chandana is going to go up the middle with it, and he is stuffed in the backfield. Lost a yard on the play. Again, I don't know if that was designed to be a pass or if it was originally supposed to be a quarterback keep. Chandana looked flustered there in the back, like he didn't see what he thought he would see when he pulled the ball out of the stomach of Smola. It'll bring up 2nd and 11, so I think that might have been designed as a pass, but maybe receivers didn't go out or miscommunication, and he just had to tuck it and try to make the best out of it. 2nd and 11, they hand off up the middle to Smola, and Smola falls forward for 1. He was hit a yard or 2 behind the line of scrimmage there, able to fall forward back to the original line of scrimmage, and it makes it 3rd and 10 on the play. Looked like Aiden Rowe, the defensive tackle, was in there on the play once again. So it'll bring up 3rd and 10 here for the Panthers. Got to think Chandana is going to drop back. Look for somebody here. And he does. He's going to hand off to Smola up the middle. Nobody saw it coming. Smola breaks free down the right sideline, and Braylon Smola is gone for the Spash Panthers. Smola scores it. The Polar Bears were completely caught off guard by that play by the Spash Panthers. Braylon Smola wasn't touched on that run off the right tackle for a touchdown. But a over 50-yard touchdown run from Braylon Smola. Again, you saw Chandana there. It looked like he was getting set to roll left to make a throw on that play. It's the extra point coming up here. Oh, and the referee, I believe we have an unsportsmanlike conduct call. So unsportsmanlike conduct call on Smola, but the play stands here. And so they called this unsportsmanlike conduct for Smola spiking the football. It looks like. Here's the extra point. We'll get to that replay in just a moment of that touchdown and walk you through that. And we got a stoppage again here. For the extra point, kicking is Sawyer Zug. But again, Smola got caught for the unsportsmanlike conduct. I believe they're going to take that on the kickoff, and the kick's up and good from Zug. 7-0 Stevens Point. We're going to take a quick break. Be back. We'll show you the replay of that touchdown after this on Zaleski Sports.
Let your job journey begin at Express Employment Professionals. Find hundreds of employers looking for a candidate like you, all in one place at one time. And let Express Employment help connect you with your future career. With locations in Stevens Point, Wausau, Marshfield, and Medford, you'll find local jobs right in your community, including direct hire and evaluation to hire opportunities. Express Employment specializes in light industrial, skilled trades, professional, and office careers. Begin your job journey today with Express Employment Professionals at expresspros.com.
Welcome back, everybody. 7-0. SPASH leads Hortonville off that big 57-yard carry for a touchdown from Braylon Smola. As we take a look at that replay, Shondan's trying kind of faking like he's going to boot, and it's kind of a counter action there to the opposite side of the field, and Smola was just never touched. Excellently blocked by the Panthers that time, and the Polar Bears were just completely fooled. Excellent play call by the Panthers as well. And then here comes the unsportsmanlike conduct, the spike from Braylon Smola, called for the unsportsmanlike conduct. So again, SPASH going to have a lot more difficult kickoff here, but the score nonetheless for Braylon Smola. But again, that was just an excellent play call, brilliantly executed. Again, it completely fooled me. I obviously, when you look at the replay, you can see it setting up, but live speed, that was a tough one to see coming. You got a little bit of a camera malfunction here. All set and good. Kick back, and a nice tackle there by Braylon Nystrom. Hortonville will start their drive near midfield, though, as again, that was a 15-yard penalty that Hortonville took on the kickoff on the unsportsmanlike conduct from Smola for spiking the ball in the end zone. They marked the ball at the 42-yard line of the Polar Bears. 7-0, SPASH leads it. Polar Bears going to come out and try to answer back. And it's worth pointing out also that SPASH touchdown came on 3rd and 10. Shotgun look here for Butson back there. Looks like he's got Vollner the back. Nope, Strange the back. And he's going to fake to Vollner. The throw complete down the right sideline, caught by Colin Wendt, the wide receiver. Wendt makes the catch on the sideline. We'll see where they mark it. He will gain 8 yards on the play. Brings up 2nd and 2 for the Polar Bears. That's the first completed pass we've seen here tonight. Either side. 2nd and 2 here for the Polar Bears at midfield. Butson flanked by Vollner. Brings Kane Fletcher back into the backfield. No, that's Vollner as well, and Vollner makes a couple miss and gains the first down. Gains 3 yards. Does Gavin Vollner. All right, so we're going to have a little bit of camera difficulties here. This is expected here. We still got the live broadcast for you. We'll get the camera back up and running in just a moment here. Just a moment, we'll have the camera back. I will act as a radio announcer here in the meantime. Shotgun look, 2 receivers to the far side of the field. It's 1st and 10 from the SPASH 47-yard line. Strange in the backfield. Strange and Volner in the backfield. Two running backs set. The handoff up the middle to Strange. Makes one man miss and down. He gains 3 yards on the play. Does Levi Strange. As now we've got our camera back here. They're going to give him, 3 yards. 2nd and 7 for Hortonville now. I also have to say this Hortonville Stadium is packed here tonight. This is also a beautiful stadium here that the Polar Bears play at, Turf Field. A lot of space for fans, and they need it. Totally packed. Even the visiting fans there, SPASH Panthers packing it up. A little touch pass here around the edge to the left, and that was Winston Peters. That's going to go down as a reception on the play. He gains maybe 3. Again, I don't think that's a carry. That was definitely a pass. Shuffled it forward, makes it 3rd and 5 here for the Polar Bears. So 2-yard gain on the play from Winston Peters. And it does bring up 3rd and 5. But again, this is a fantastic complex here that Hortonville has, and both sides of the stands are packed. Hortonville's home side, the SPASH visiting side, filled to the brim with football fans here tonight. 3rd and 5. Shotgun look, 2 receiver to the right. Butson drops back to throw, intercepted, and this could go the distance. Running down the left sideline, the 20-yard line, cutting inside, and taken down at the 8-yard line. Jackson Spees makes the pick and takes it down to the 8-yard line. Sets up his SPASH Panthers in the red zone. What a play by Jackson Spees. And again, I don't know if Hortonville's receiver there maybe just ran the wrong route. We'll get a replay for you at in a couple of moments here. Maybe when we come back from break, and we'll have a chance to dissect that play a little bit here in just a minute. But it looked like to the naked eye that the Polar Bears, their receiver and Butson, the quarterback, might have just not been on the same page there, because Spees totally telegraphed that pass, and the receiver wasn't running the same route. And now SPASH going to go for 2 here. Chandana. Oh, excuse me. Yes, Trevor corrects me for some reason. That was such a big play. My mind immediately thought they scored, even though I knew they got down the 8-yard line. Thank you, Trevor. So a gain of 3, 1st and goal for the SPASH Panthers. And, of course, this is big for Hortonville if they can come up with a stop here. Because when you're down here in high school football, a lot of times, even if you get to 4th down, you're just going to go for it. Of course, it's going to be huge for SPASH if they can score it, but if you're Hortonville, man, your defense really needs to hold up here. Shotgun look, but a bruising back like Smola is going to make it tough, but they stuff him in the backfield there. The handoff up the middle to Braylon Smola. He loses 1 yard on the play, and again, I believe that was the defensive tackle, Aiden Rowe. No, Miles Silas they gave with the tackle. Miles Silas, the linebacker, coming into the backfield on a blitz, making the play. 3rd and goal from the 7-yard line here for the SPASH Panthers off the long interception. Chandana, hands off. No, play action, fake, rolling right. He's got nobody open right now, and he is sacked. Down at the 9-yard line, making the play for Hortonville, Colin Zhang. Zhang with the sack. Colin Zhang sacks Chandana to bring up 4th down. Those were a huge 3 plays for the Polar Bears there. And we'll see what SPASH elects to do. You are, of course, in field goal range here. But again, most of the time in high school football, even in the higher divisions like Division I we have here tonight, where you tend to see teams with better kickers, a lot of times you get within the 10-yard line, teams are just going to go for it. So we'll see what the Panthers elect to do here, and they're going to come to the sideline. We're going to have a timeout. Timeout, SPASH. We will take a quick break as well. Back after this, it'll be 4th and goal from the 9 for the Panthers after this on Zaleski Sports.
The Midstate Technical College Healthcare Simulation Center, in a partnership with Aspirus, is a state-of-the-art interdisciplinary healthcare simulation center. It provides specialized spaces and simulation technology equipped with medium and high-fidelity mannequins and other equipment to create complex healthcare training scenarios. Visit our website at mstc.edu/simcenter.
Welcome back, everybody. As we take a look at that replay, and you see what I'm talking about here, the receiver was not ready for that ball. Spees makes the pick. He's just right in perfect spot. I'm guessing SPASH was in cover 2 there based on where Spees was in the flat. But nonetheless, I think you got to put that one on, obviously it's an interception, but you really got to put that one on the quarterback, Broden Butson, that time, because his receiver, Levi Hebe, had not even turned his head around yet, and Butson may have had some pressure there on that one, but again, that was one where Hebe clearly wasn't ready for the football, and Spees just said, hey, I'm here, thank you, right in the breadbasket, and takes it down to the 8-yard line. And now a huge play here, though, 4th and goal from the 9-yard line for the Panthers. Shotgun here for Chandana. He fakes it to Smollett, drops back, they're running a screen, and they get it out there to the tight end, Ellinger. He's going to be close. Into the end zone, touchdown SPASH. The tight end, Ethan Ellinger, carries Polar Bear defenders and lunges into the end zone for the touchdown. The screenplay from Grant Chandana to the tight end, Ethan Ellinger. Touchdown, Panthers, and SPASH goes up by 2 touchdowns here on the road in a Valley Football Association Conference matchup here in this one. If you're a Panther fan, Panther player, you could not have asked for a better start than you've gotten here in this one. Not for the extra point, Sawyer Zug. For Zug, it is up, and it is good. 14-0, Stevens Point will step aside. Back with more Valley Football Association football after this on Zaleski Sports.
When you have a house full of kids, your water consumption is through the roof. But when the kids move out, the water usage goes down. But how long are they really gone for? With high-efficiency systems made by WaterCare, Maher Water Corporation can roll with any size-changing families. So call us today so we can help you with those water use issues. The laundry is still up to you.
All right, welcome back, everybody. 14-0 SPASH. As we take a look at that replay on the touchdown score, Chandana, just a quick tight end screen out here to Ellinger. And again, as you take a look at Ellinger here, we're going to see where that ball may have crossed the plane going down the sideline. He lunges forward, and yep, he is in. His knees, I don't think his knees came down before the ball went in. It's tough to see from that angle, but again, he was able to keep his knees off the ground. And of course, the referee over there's got a better view than anybody. But again, from this angle, it looked like his knees stayed up and off the ground while the ball was over the plane. Touchdown, Ethan Ellinger on the pass from Chandana. Again, really another great play call from SPASH that time, a screen on 4th and long. Kickoff taken here. Hortonville has had some nice kick returns here in this one. A truck there gets the Hortonville fans fired up, and that was Strange on the return for the Polar Bears. And now that brings us to the close of the first quarter. Stevens Point leads Hortonville 14-0. We'll step aside once again and be back with more Valley Football Association football after this on Zaleski Sports.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love home furniture.
Hi, this is Jill from Home Furniture and Design. Since 1970 and 4 generations, our family has been proudly offering quality furniture like Lazy Boy, Serta, and Amish to Central Wisconsin. We also offer free in-home design with our professionally trained designers to help you create a space that is uniquely yours, whether it's just a sofa or the entire home.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love home furniture.
West Grand Avenue, Wisconsin Rapids, and Post Road in Plover.
Save during the summer tire event at Sherrill Tire and Service Centers. Up to $150 back on a select set of 4 Goodyear tires. Buy online or mail-in rebate when you use the Goodyear credit card through June 30th at Sherrill Tire and Service Centers. Find your location at SherrillTire.com.
All right. Welcome back, everybody. 14-0 SPASH over Hortonville. We swap sides of the field from the 33-yard line. It's the Polar Bears handing off here to Strange, and Strange balled up there at the line of scrimmage. Gain of nothing on the play. Oh, they'll give him a yard. 1 yard for Strange. Brings up 2nd and 9 for the Polar Bears. Point Heating and Cooling is your Lennox dealer in Stevens Point and Plover with more than 100 years of making your home and business comfortable. Call Point Heating and Cooling or visit pointheating.com. 2nd and 9 here for the Polar Bears. Shotgun look, 2 receivers to the bottom of the screen. Butson back there. He's got Vollner as the running back, sending his man in motion. Going to hand it to him. Breaks out of 1 tackle, falling 4. Going to be about a gain of 5 for the receiver, Winston Peters. Second time they've handed it, or at least given it on a jet sweep to Winston Peters tonight. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 3 here for the Polar Bears. Third and 3. They come out in shotgun, 2 receivers to the bottom of your screen again, a wing back to the right. Went and Peters, your receivers. They send Peters in motion once again. And the pitch out to Strange here. Peters is a lead blocker, but Spash balls it out. This is going to be very close to the first down marker. And right where they have it marked, he looks short. Based on where the referees are marking that football, looks like he's going to be short, but they might. It's going to be very close here. And from here, it looks short, but they might come out, bring the chains out. They're going to bring the chains out and measure it here. Again, to the naked eye, it looks short, but we'll see where the chain is. And they're going to mark him short of the first down, maybe inches away from the first down marker. Polar Bears, I think you got to think, are going to go for it here. It's going to bring up 4th and inch. No, they're going to re-measure here from a different spot, and he's short. Brings up 4th down, just short is Strange. So it'll bring up 4th and inches, and the Polar Bears will go for it at their own 43-yard line. And again, Hortonville's 0 for 1 on 4th down conversions so far tonight. And they're going to come out under center for the first time tonight. I formation here for the Polar Bears. Might signal what they're looking to do. Power it up the middle, perhaps. First time either team has went under center. They're going to go QB sneak, and they have got it easily. Taking the trend we've seen more and more in the NFL, where if you're a couple inches away, just QB sneak it, and you're going to get it, and that's exactly what they do. So Broden Butson powers forward, and 4th down conversion for the Polar Bears. And that's a trend seen happen quite a bit more often in the NFL, just those quarterback sneaks, and saw it from the Polar Bears there. Shotgun look, 1st and 10 from the 47-yard line. Their own 47. They give it to Peters again in motion. Little shuffle pass, little touch pass, and Peters finding some space over there, going to gain 6. Again, that should go down as a pass. And it does go down as a pass. So a 6-yard reception for Peters on the play. Winston Peters. It'll bring up 2nd and 4 for the Polar Bears. So they're moving the ball a little bit here on their first drive of the second quarter. Shotgun look, 2 receivers to the far side of the field. It's like Butson and Strange back there. Butson going to hand off to Strange, and Strange is stuffed up at least a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage. Making the play that time was Walker Livernash, the linebacker. He was the first one in there. Stuffing up. Also in on the play was Eli Hainselsberger. But it was Livernash swallowing him up in the backfield first. And it brings up 3rd and 7, a loss of 3 on the play. Similar formation we've seen from the Polar Bears all night. 1 tight end to the short side, 2 receivers to the far. Butson. Hands off outside to Strange, and he stiff arms the first defender. He stiff arms Hainzelsberger to the ground, but he's only going to gain 1. And looks like on the tackle that time, we'll see, it was not Hainzelsberger on the tackle. He held him up initially. I believe that might have been Ellinger who made the final tackle on the play. But again, give Hainzelsberger credit for slowing Strange down, but Strange stiff-armed him to the ground. And gains 1. Going to be 4th and 6. Here's the punt from Wendt, and a great spiraling punt, and that is going to wind up going out of bounds at the 6-yard line. That is as good of a punt as you're going to see at the high school level. That was about a 50-yard punt from Wendt, and perfectly rolls it right out of bounds at the 6-yard line. Again, that's impressive at any level of football, but that's as impressive of a punt as you are ever going to see at the high school level. Colin Wendt, the senior, with the punt. So SPASH will take it at their own 6-yard line here. This has got to be Braylon Smola territory on the ground at your own 6. And they will give to Smola up the middle. Smola shutter stepping around. Going to gain about 2 on the play. Well, they'll give him 3 to the 9-yard line for Braylon Smola. Brings up 2nd and 7. Second and 7 from the 9 for the SPASH Panthers. Madalena and Konopaki, the receivers for the Panthers. Smola in the backfield, flanking Chandana. Chandana hands off up the middle to Smola again, and he breaks out of 1, falls forward, going to gain a couple here. Again, just trying to give SPASH some room for 3rd down. And they're going to give him a gain of 3 to the 12-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd and 4 here for SPASH. 3rd and 4. Again, worth pointing out, Stevens Point, SPASH gets the ball at halftime. They won the coin toss and deferred to halftime. 3rd and 4 here. Madalena in motion, and a flag down, 2 flags down. False start on the Panthers. And again, you never want that penalty, but you definitely don't want it backed up in your own territory. It's going to back up SPASH back to their own 7-yard line again. It'll bring up 3rd and 9. And now, in a situation where maybe you could bring the pass into the equation, now as a coach, Coach Eichenberger, you might be a little bit more hesitant backed up at your own 7. But it's not like you're at your own 3, so you still got some room back there. And Hortonville showing blitz. They bring it on a pass and a screen here to Smola, but the Polar Bears swallow it up. Stuffed in the backfield. That time on the tackle was Colin Jean. No, that's Ben Smith. I've been mistakenly calling number 5 Colin Jean. 2 number 5s for the Polar Bears. That's Ben Smith, the linebacker for the Polar Bears. It's also Ben Smith who had the sack earlier in the game. It's Ben Smith. Again, 2 number 5s. Makes it a little confusing for us up here. That's going to bring up 4th down, though, as they stuff. I believe that was Ellenbecker again. No, that was Smola, excuse me, on the screen. And this is going to be a punt from his own end zone. I believe that was deflected, shanked, and Hortonville is going to have unbelievable field position near the red zone here. And that is why you don't like to punt from your own end zone there. Again, if you want to give anybody credit for why Hortonville is going to be starting with the ball at SPASH's 24-yard line, give that credit to the punter, Colin Wendt, for Hortonville. His punt pinning SPASH back at the 6-yard line has set this up for Hortonville to only have to go 24 yards to score a touchdown. And I even marked it longer than that. They marked that at the 20, or at the 17-yard line. My eyes playing tricks on me here. Oh, and no, SPASH is going back. The markers haven't changed. It remains 4th down. So running into the kicker called on Hortonville here. It'll be a 5-yard penalty. So we're going to replay 4th down here as Hortonville called for running into the kicker. So we'll see what effect that has here. The punt is shanked again, and that's going to go straight out of bounds. This is going to be better field position for Hortonville. Again, I don't think anyone blocked that one. That was just a shanked punt from the punter. Might have been Cole Miller, the punter there. But that's going to be at the SPASH 17-yard line. So again, the penalty winds up helping Hortonville. Gets them 7 yards closer here. And Hortonville will start at the 17-yard line. But again, if you want to give anybody credit for this great field position, got to give it to the Polar Bear punter, Colin Wendt. So now you cannot be in a better spot offensively here if you're Hortonville. Shotgun look here for Butson. Butson takes the snap, going to drop back to throw. He's got 4 receivers going to the end zone. He's got a man, overthrows him just a bit. Intended receiver was Winston Peters on the play, and that was a great post corner route ran by Peters that time. Was open. That play worked exactly how the Polar Bears wanted it to, just out of the outstretched arms of Peters. Again, maybe he could have dove for that, but it was just out of his grasp. And it brings up 2nd and 10 from the 17. Chandana drops back, fakes it, throws again, and that was dangerous. Another dangerous throw, as another kind of miscommunication. You had one receiver running a flat route, one running a slant. Maybe you've been just mistimed that time, as if the defensive back, Johnny Anietes, would have been looking at the ball. And again, it's not necessarily a fault to him that he wasn't. He was looking at the receivers that time. But if he was looking at the ball, that could have been a pick 6 for Anietes. Bringing up 3rd and 10 here for Hortonville. But again, another time for Butson there. Just maybe didn't time his throw as well as you might have liked. 3rd and 10 from the Panther 17. Been 2 passes in 2 plays, and this will be another one. Play action, pressure, going to the end zone for Wendt. Caught. I believe he may have been out of bounds. Out of bounds, but there's a flag down. So Wendt is out of bounds. No completion, but there's a flag down. And this, I don't want to speculate, but this might be roughing. No, illegal man downfield on Hortonville. So illegal receiver downfield, legal man downfield for Hortonville. And SPASH will decline the penalty. It'll bring up 4th and 10 here for Hortonville. So again, with that excellent field position, we'll see what they do here, but excellent field position to go 3 plays, 3 incompletions. It's a tough way to go. And again, you know, we can give SPASH credit, but a couple of plays there, we had what easily could have been a touchdown. They're going to come out with a kick here. They're going to go for the field goal, and it's Wendt to kick. Colin Wendt to kick it. And he had the excellent punt earlier. The kick is up and away. It's got the length, and it is right down the middle. Good. Colin Wendt showing his punting and kicking ability in this one. Field goal good. 3 points on the board for Hortonville. 14-3 SPASH. We will step aside and be back with more Valley Football Association football here in Wisconsin after this on Zaleski Sports.
Heartland Custom Homes is your local custom home builder for over 50 years right here in Plover. We are committed to making the process of constructing your dream home as engaging, efficient, and stress-free as possible. Our panelized construction is ideal for our central Wisconsin climate, and our expertise and workmanship give you the confidence to know that your home is in good hands. Stop in or schedule a meeting to talk about your vision and watch as your design takes shape before your eyes. You deserve the home of your dreams. Let Heartland Custom Homes bring yours to life.
Welcome back, everybody. 14-3, SPASH leads Hortonville here in this one as they are shooting T-shirts up here into the stands, and the fans are as excited as you can be. And there's not a lot of things. Obviously, the game's exciting, but it's always fun at any sporting event when one of the team personnel or stadium personnel comes out with the shirt shooter, the shirt gun, and I think we're just going to shoot one. Back to the game. Kickoff here for Hortonville. Went to kick it off. Went has just shown an excellent kicking ability, and that's another good one. Back, fake to Konopacki. Running right here, cutting up the middle, falling forward near the 30-yard line to the 29. Izzy Moore, the running back, on the return for the Panthers that time. Takes it near the 29-yard line. Got 4:54 left in the game, and SPASH, again, they get the ball at halftime. Do the SPASH Panthers. They won the toss and elected to defer. And it will be SPASH football here. Again, their last drive ended with the touchdown score. Or not their last drive, but previous drive where they scored a touchdown on the pass to Ethan Ellinger for a touchdown from Chandana. Shotgun look, handoff up the middle. Smola finds the little crease there in the blocking and is going to gain 6 yards on the play. Well, they're going to give him 7 on the play. Nope, 6. Going to bring up 2nd and 4. Well, 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3 here for the SPASH Panthers. 7 yards on the carry for Braylon Smola. 2 receivers to the far side of the field. Izzy Moore in the backfield now. No, that is Smola. And Smola is absolutely ripped to the ground by the defensive end, Reggie Clone. Clone just ripped through off the left edge there and made the play in the backfield. And Smola just had no chance. Loses 1 yard on the play, brings up 3rd and 4 here for the Panthers. Shotgun look again, Chandana and Smola back there. Madalena, your receiver to the near side.
Shotgun formation again, 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. There's Chandana.
And we got a whistle. And timeout, Stevens Point. We will take a quick break. Be back in 30 seconds after this on Zaleski Sports.
Shuda Funeral Home in Stevens Point and Plover is your local, family-owned and operated funeral home providing families with compassionate, individualized, and affordable services when you need it most. The loss of a loved one is a difficult fact of life that Shuda Funeral Home will ensure you won't have to face alone. Shuda Funeral Home will guide you through the process from in-person visitations to creating obituaries and tributes. Pre-planning can also be a great way to ease these topics for your family. Learn more at shudafuneral.com or bring your questions and stop in.
Ag Country Farm Credit Services is a farmer-owned co-op offering a wide array of custom financing and financial services. From loans and leases to crop insurance and tax and records, they have you covered. Contact Ag Country in Stevens Point, Wausau, Marshfield, and Medford. 3rd and 4 for the Panthers at their own 34. Shotgun look here. Same formation they wanted to break with. Konopacki coming in motion to the near side, and they're going to go deep to Kyle Madalena near the sideline, and he is out of bounds. That's going to be incomplete. And that was really some great coverage that time by the defensive back, Kane Fletcher. He did really what any defensive back, what the best defensive backs can do. Force the wide receiver out of bounds without pushing him out of bounds. use your body to run alongside him and just kind of nudge, nudge, nudge. And that's exactly what he did to Madalena that time. That ball was almost uncatchable because of where Fletcher forced Madalena right out of bounds. Brings up 4th and 4. Stevens Point will punt it. It's Charlie Belson to punt, and it's blocked. Hortonville might have this in the end zone. I think they might be down short of it. Yes, down at the 1-yard line. They're going to call him down at the 1. Let's see who it was on the play that time. On the block was Stuart Ellenbecker. Stuart Ellenbecker blocked it, and making the recovery, I believe making the recovery, Abram Daniels. I didn't get a clear number. 40, Miles Silas. Miles Silas makes the recovery. But the block from Stuart Ellenbecker, and as we know, momentum in the sport of football is a real thing, and the Polar Bears, if they can score here, may have just snatched it away from the Panthers. A blocked punt, and that has been the one bugaboo tonight for the SPASH Panthers. They've done great, but their punt team has been their weakness tonight. Under center, I formation, only the second time we've seen that. They're going to go with a QB sneak with Butson, and he crosses the goal line. Touchdown, Polar Bears. And this is, again, a one-score game. Broden Butson with the score. Again, we've seen the Polar Bears go to the I formation twice tonight. Both times, quarterback sneaks. One to convert a 4th down and one to score a touchdown right there. Now Wendt coming on for what seems like just an automatic extra point here based on what we've seen from him. And that might be an offsides from SPASH. No call, but extra point up and good from Wendt. And it is 14-10 on the quarterback sneak touchdown from Broden Butson. We will take a break. The Panthers still lead it over the Polar Bears, 14-10. 3:17 left in the game. Back after this on Zaleski Sports.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fury, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflateri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
Welcome back, everybody, as we take a look at the replay of that punt block. Belson there just had it blocked again. That was Stuart Ellenbecker on the block, and he just broke right through. And the scoop, and as you can see, was down at the 1-yard line. The scoop from Miles Silas. But again, that SPASH again started this thing off 14-0. Again, if we've had the SPASH has had one problem tonight. It has been their punt team. Konopacki going to take it and fake the reverse. He'll keep it. Konopacki cuts up the middle, falls forward to the 27-yard line for Amon Konopacki. So SPASH will start this drive. They mark it at the 28-yard line. 1st and 10 at the 28 for the Panthers. And if you're SPASH here, even though you're up by 4, you're really feeling like you got to make something happen, at least get something working here offensively. Because again, it just feels like the Polar Bears have snatched all the energy out of the stadium right now. Or I should say brought the energy back into it here at home. And that's going to be a handoff up the middle to Braylon Smola. Again, the Polar Bears, to their credit, have done a much better job in their run defense against Smola here in the last couple of drives for the Panthers. It's going to bring up 2nd and 8. 2nd down, 2nd and 8. Here on the 2-yard gain from Braylon Smola. Gain of 2 there, 2nd and 8. Shotgun formation. 2 receivers out there, 1 tight end. It's Ellenbecker. Chandna takes the snap, going to pitch it out to Smola this time. Smola tries to cut it up, but there is nowhere to go. Stuffing it again on the play was Smith. Ben Smith again. He has been all over the field tonight for Hortonville. The big brooding linebacker for the Polar Bears. And that'll be a loss of 1 on the play. Will bring up 3rd and 9 here for SPASH. 2 receivers to the right. 1 to the left. Shotgun look. 3rd and 9. Konapak or Madalena in motion. And they're going to go with the same play to Smola. And the Polar Bears do a much better job against it this time. They ran the same play that Smola scored the touchdown on earlier. They're going to be close to a first down, and they've got it. A first down from SPASH. Again, that was the second time where they run a motion man to the strong side of the field. Then you have Chandana act like he's just going to bootleg out there, but instead counters back to Smola. The first time they ran that was a 55-yard touchdown, 57-yard touchdown run for Smola. That time a first down, and they're going to hand to Smola on the draw this time. He'll gain a few. See how many they give him here. They'll give him a gain of 4. We'll bring up 2nd and 6 for SPASH on the 4-yard carry from Braylon Smola. But again, that's been a tough play for the Polar Bears to handle. I call it almost kind of a delayed counter. Brings up 2nd and 6 here for the Panthers. Chandana drops back, throws it backwards to Konopacki, and he's going deep. Konopacki's wide open down the field. Konopacki brought down from behind at the 10-yard line. What a call and what a play from the SPASH Panthers. A 45-yard gain for SPASH, and it looked like on the throw was Charlie Belson. SPASH is going to hustle up and go as fast as they can here. No, I think we had a timeout. Timeout Hortonville. So Hortonville wants to talk it over here. But again, we're going to take a quick 30-second break. We'll be back after this. It's 14-10 SPASH on Zaleski Sports.
If you're looking for delicious, you've found it at Rock and Roll Cafe in Stevens Point. This family-oriented 50s-themed cafe is open 7 to 3 daily with a great diverse menu of American and Mexican breakfast and lunch options. Enjoy dine-in or carry-out 7 days a week and always served quickly, fresh, with a smile. For the full menu and more about this local Stevens Point gem on Stanley Street, visit rockandroll.cafe. And now open on Saturday nights. Try the new Rock and Roll Cafe Bar and Grill on Church Street.
Welcome back, everybody, as we are 14-10 here between SPASH and Hortonville. SPASH leads it again off that SPASH wide receiver pass. Take a look at that again here in just a second. If SPASH is able to put this here into the end zone. 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. Chandana drops back, and he is sacked, swallowed up by 2 Polar Bears. Rowe in on the play, as well as Spielman. Now we're going to quickly take a look at that replay. So you see the throw, and I believe that's Charlie Belson. On the throw, it is. So Charlie Belson came in motion. The swing pass to him goes deep. Underthrew it a little. If he would have got it out in front of him, it would have been a touchdown. But again, we give receivers a pass on throws. If the receiver can just get it down there so the intended receiver can catch the ball, that's successful. So Belson, it was a bit of an underthrow. But again, when it comes to wide receivers making throws, if you can just get a completion, that's all you want. You're happy with that as a football team. But Konopacki was wide open back there for the catch. And what a gutsy call from Eigenberger there. Again, just because you don't tend to see a lot of that stuff early in the season. But again, we've got conference football now. And once the conference season starts, there's no messing around. You need to win conference games. Winning a conference championship is a big deal for any team in the sport of football, especially in as quality a conference as the Valley Football Association tends to be. And this is going to be 2nd and 15 off the sack. Chandana dropping back, throwing to Konopacki over the middle, touchdown, Panthers. Chandana to Amon Konopacki. And SPASH goes up double digits here in the first half. Grant Chandana drops back, and that was a perfectly thrown ball. That was kind of a skinny post ran by Konopacki there, and it was a perfect right-on-the-money throw from Grant Chandana, right in the breadbasket. Easy catch for Amon Konopacki. A great route, though, from Konopacki. Here's the extra point. That one is going to be shanked into the ground as we'll take a look at that replay. Chandana, great pocket here, drops back, and the skinny post, great route, right on the money to Amon Konopacki. And SPASH goes up 20-10. We'll take a break. Back with more WIAA football here in 2023 after this on Zaleski Sports.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
Welcome back, everybody, in a game filled with big plays. SPASH leads at 20-10 in this conference matchup between Hortonville and Stevens Point. Get your customized uniforms, team shirts, school apparel, and so much more from Meta Custom in Stevens Point. Sports-specific gear, screen printing, plaques, trophies, and custom gift items are all available at Meta Custom. And get Culligan Water for only $9.95 a month for the first 3 months. Visit Sterling Culligan Water at culliganh2o.com. And Heartland Custom Homes is Central Wisconsin's premier home builder. For 50 years, Heartland Custom Homes in Plover has kept their mission of building better living for you and your family. To kick off for Stevens Point is Belson. Again, that was a big drive for Stevens Point. I think, we talked about kind of a gutsy call going with the wide receiver pass. I think Coach Eisenberger maybe could sense some of the momentum shift off the block punt and score. That's going to be a squib kick to come out with that call. And one of the up-backs grabs it, takes it to the 38-yard line. They'll mark it right at the 38 there. 24.5 seconds on the clock here in the first half. SPASH could not have timed that drive any better, scoring right near the end. And if you're Hortonville here, maybe you try to gain 10 or 15 yards, try to get a pass play going for you, and then I don't know what kind of an arm Butson has, but if you can get 20 yards, maybe you can get this to the end zone for some sort of a Hail Mary here. Or, worth pointing out, Hortonville has shown that they've got an excellent kicker in Colin Wendt. Again, still way out of range for any type of a kick, but you might not have to go. Butson back there. Takes the snap, a blitz on, and he's just going to throw this away, and they're going to say that Wendt was the intended receiver there. He just whipped it over. And again, I have a little bit of a pet peeve with how, and again, this isn't the NFL, this isn't any sport of football, how the intentional grounding call is handled. To me, in that situation, again, by the rules, they got it right, but to me, in that situation, you're just so obviously intentionally whipping it out of bounds from the pocket. There's no way you were actually trying to throw. You can't make an argument you were actually trying to throw that receiver. That's a little pet peeve I have, but to the rules, that's the right call. Props to Butson for taking advantage of the rules as they are. He's going to roll out right here, and the comeback route, a tough throw, is caught near the first down marker. Colin Zhang makes the catch for Hortonville, and they're going to call timeout. We'll step aside as well. 3rd and 2 coming up here as we wind down the end of the first half after this on Zaleski Sports.
Customize your next apparel order with Meta Custom Apparel of Stevens Point. Visit us today for custom baseball and softball apparel. Need help with a design? We have you covered. Our highly skilled staff will turn your idea into a reality with great quality screen printing. Or choose from a variety of embroidery options today. Visit us at our physical store or online at metacustom.com.
Welcome back, everybody. 20-10 SPASH over Hortonville. Come to Par 4 Bistro in Wapaka for a wonderful dining experience with a full menu of delicious options. Perfect for date nights, family night out, or your next get-together. Come to Par 4 Bistro on Highway 54 in Wapaka. 3rd and 2. We have 9.7 seconds on the first half clock. You either need a quick throw here in a timeout or out of bounds, or you're going to have to try to heave it to the end zone. Butson going to go quick outside. He's got to get down. And 3 seconds on the clock. And Hortonville will call timeout here at the SPASH 47-yard line. We'll keep it here. I'll mark it at the 46. 46 is SPASH. And Hortonville calls their 3rd and final timeout. 3.4 seconds. Going to have to be a Hail Mary or a screen or something. Final play at the end of the half. Let's hear from our friends over at SC Swiderski. An SCS apartment or home is almost certain to be where you want to live, work, and play all throughout central Wisconsin, the Chippewa Valley, and the Fox Valley. No matter where you live, look to SC Swiderski to make you feel right at home. And also a reminder that coming up at halftime, be sure to stay tuned. We're going to have episode 3 of our Edgar Hard Knocks series as we continue to follow the Edgar Wildcats football team throughout this season. So be sure to stay tuned to that at halftime. That is a always successful Edgar football program. We'll have that live for you at halftime. But first, 3.4 seconds on the clock. Final play of the half. We'll see what Hortonville's got here. Can Butson get it down that far? No, this is going to be a screen, and he's just going to throw this incomplete. Time runs out, and that's going to do it for the first half. We do have an injured player on the field, but we're going to step aside as that does it for the first half. Stevens Point leads Hortonville 20-10 after 1 half of play. Now we're going to head to our Edgar Hard Knocks series. Stay tuned for that. We'll be back with the second half of action in about 15 to 20 minutes after this on Zaleski Sports.
I don't think we can start talking about today's games without talking about the game. It's the 56th edition of Edgar Stratford. You've seen a few of these. We were there last year, and these teams have played in the same division. They've played divisions apart. Now that's 6 Stratford and 7 Edgar. They're 18 miles apart.
And 2 of the best teams in the area for given the size of the schools, just programs. Some people, it's their game of the year.
Whenever these two get together, the stupid phrase, you can throw out the records. But with them, it's true. And you throw out the records when Stratford and Edgar get together. Edgar Football Hard Knocks is brought to you by Security Health Plan. Security Health Plan. Promises kept, plain and simple. Visit securityhealth.org to learn more.
Put in the work, we put in the time, just go do your job. And the other thing is being fast and physical. Okay? I need to see what I saw in the first scrimmage. Right? I need to see that. I need to see that fire. That we wanted, that get after it factor, right? Like I saw in the scrimmage on the very first thing when you guys were just going absolutely crazy, okay? Because at the end of the day, we have to be more physical than they are, right? Because they're going to come out and be physical. They're going to run the football. They got a good running back. He's going to run downhill. We got to be physical. We got to run the football. We got to cause turnovers. Okay, we got to do all those things that we're pretty dang good at. All right, I know that last week still stings, but that's past. Don't worry about that. Okay, it's Edgar Stratford in 3 hours. Okay, if you have questions, let us know. If you're playing a decent amount, you think, or you are, make sure you finish your stuff that you've got to drink here so that we avoid that stuff. Keep yourself hydrated. Let's go over and just play the best game we can possibly play. Okay, we know we've worked for it. We're prepared for it. Okay, let's go. If you didn't get one and there's some Gatorade lights up here. Shake them before you drink them.
Shake them before you drink.
Bonjour, monsieur.
Bonjour.
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 Bonjour, monsieur.
Bonjour.
Très bien, monsieur. Bonjour.
I knew it was coming.
I trust my line. They'll give me some time, and my receivers will get open. I just got to find them, and I'll make some good throws.
Well, I ain't going to be throwing no dots, but I'll be catching some balls, you know. Hopefully. Oh, yeah. We'll be getting a lot of sacks, too. Balls and sacks. Here we go. Let's get it.
Carter Butt speaking here. Just excited. Stratford week's always a fun week, and looking forward to kind of bounce back from last week. Rough week, but we practiced pretty hard, and we know what it takes to win. Did it last year, so just looking to do that again.
Hey, listen, man. I ain't got much to say other than we're going to get a dub. We're going to get 13 dubs in a row. I truly believe that, you know? That's it.
All right, words of wisdom from Harry G. I think we just got to wear him down and get after him early. I think if we get after him early, if we're in the lead going into the half, I think they're going to have a hard time bouncing back with a lot of guys going both ways. So I think we just got to wear them down, pound the ball down their throat, and go and get that dub.
With my friends, and I can't wait to get on the road again. On the road again. Going places that I've never been. Seeing things that I may never see again. I can't wait to get on the road again. On the road again. Like a band of gypsies, we go down the highway. We're the best of friends, insisting that the world keep turning our way. And our way.
First and 10, Wildcats at the Tiger 18-yard line opening drive. We're down to 5:15 remaining in the first quarter. Here's a fumble on the play by Butt on the handoff from Strite, and Tigers are singling. They have got it, and the referee singles yes. Here's a fake handoff. Looking, Tubbs is in trouble, and they're going to sack him in the backfield. Here's the snaps. Strike going straight back in the pocket. Screen set up perfectly, completed to Weisenberger. He's down inside the 20 at the 15-yard line. First down. Straight under center. Turns and gives it to Bud. Trying to right side. He cuts it up middle. Touchdown. 3-yard touchdown run. 9:20 remaining here in the first half. Here's a handoff again to Kilkey. This time over the right side. He breaks it across the grain. He's inside the 10. Down the 5. He's dragging them down to the 1-yard line. First and goal for the Tigers. Full horse backfield. Here's Tubbs on the quarterback keeper. And I think he's in the end zone. Touchdown! Here's a handoff right up the middle to Carter Butt. Breaks into the secondary, dragging would-be tacklers down inside the 15-yard line. Here's a handoff to Carter Butt right up the middle. He's inside the 5, got the touchdown. 7-yard touchdown run, Carter Butt. Fake handoff to Kilty. Tubbs rolling outside. He's in trouble. Looking downfield. He throws it, and it's knocked away at the last minute. Good defense by Strite. We're going to have a timeout. Stratford.
We're hungry. We're hungry. Let's go. Every single play. We're in the war. Come on, boys.
Hey, let's go. Hey.
Are we ready? Let's go. Yeah, let's go finish it.
23 carries for 98 yards. And we're just in the first half. Soon to be another carry. Shoot. Here's the handoff to Butt. Cuts it back up the middle. And he is in the end zone. Touchdown. 3-yard touchdown run. So the score remained Edgar 20, Stratford 6, with 1:11 here in the first half.
Oh yeah!
I told you.
Oh yeah!
Shaner picks it up around the 16-yard line, tries to get to the right side. hit quickly and brought down.
Let's go, baby kid. Good start.
Tigers are going to punt. Brady Berg to punt for the Tigers. Here's a snap over his head. It's down around the goal line, and he lets it drop, and it's covered by the Wildcats at the 1 yard line. They're going to mark it at the 1. Straight up. Under center, hands it to Carter Butt. This time he's over the right side, and he's looking, he's in the end zone.
Stay back, Tucker! Tucker, back!
Let's go, baby. Keep it going. Keep it going. There's one in the water. Hey, there's one in the water, baby. That's good. That's good. This flavor is good. You might go around the corner. You want to come in?
All I was saying at halftime today is, why did we work so hard this summer? Because it's showing right now. It's showing. It is. It's showing. You just block your tails off. We just keep running. We just keep running. We keep playing defense. Right? Let's go. Let's go. Hey, we got all kinds of guys out here making plays. Keep going. Now again, we're humble in it, right? Like, yeah, we know what we have. We knew what we had. Maybe we didn't play how we wanted to play for the first 5 quarters, but that last quarter, that's us. That's us. We knew that. Okay, you guys knew that all summer long. We knew that. Okay, that's how we play. We block. We feed the guy, and then everybody, plays great D. Coach, hey, listen. Couple things. Number one, like when it comes to the blitzing and stuff, we got to relax and get just so hard. Right now, they've got to work. Right, we got to. If they get 4 yards, 3 yards, 5 yards, make them work because they got to score 3 times.
They're down by 20 points. It's fourth quarter because we're not letting them score in the third, and they start to air it out and open everything up. Let's get some extra DBs in. Otherwise, don't worry about 6 minutes.
Hey, let's just review a few things out of our 43. But the big thing right now is just kind of like make them work.
Read and react.
Read, play football. You guys, we're playing really well. Let's go finish. And the last thing I have to say is this right here. Coach, underline, right? Freaking here. What is it? Together. That was a quarter of together. That was like the best quarter we could possibly play. Now let's put 2 more together. Right? And then you walk off and you're smiling. It's a whole different feeling than last week. Right? Because I see you guys today. You guys got eyes. And we're playing football today. We're playing football today. I don't see those eyes I was listening to last week. I see guys that are hungry and ready to play football. Edgar football. What the heck?
Keep your foot on the gas. Ride the wave. Not too high, not too low. Right here.
Let's go.
Let's go. Hey, finish your game. One more half. Let's go. Right here. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Tubbs is going to keep it on the keeper, and he's not going to make it. No gain. Matter of fact, he loses the yard. Straight back to pass. Wide open receiver. Caught. Leighton Schuett. All the way down to the Tiger 26-yard line. Hands it off to Carter Butt. Cuts back against the grain. He's into the free. He has a touchdown. 21-yard touchdown run by Carter Butt. Here's a fake handoff to Kilty. Tubbs is trying to get around the right side, looking downfield, and he's going to be brought down at a loss. Jace Athelbeck with the loss. Straight, still the quarterback. gives it straight up the middle. He breaks into the clear. It's Weisenberger. Touchdown, Wildcats. 36-yard touchdown run.
All right, we're back here live at Tiger Field. Edgar with a 40-6 win over the Stratford Tigers. Head coach Jerry Sims. Coach, your team came out right from the beginning, right from the get-go, and really got after them.
Yeah, it was a totally different game than what we played a week ago. I'm sure, Stratford may have been a little surprised after watching our film. They probably thought, man, these guys are pretty shaky because we looked pretty shaky last week. I just told them after the game, I said, guys, if Ellsworth and Stratford played, it'd be a one-score game. Yet we just got beat last week, and tonight we won pretty big. So obviously we played a whole lot different tonight than we did a week ago. We were a little disappointed with the way we looked last week, and tonight, of course, they're pretty happy with the way they played.
So unofficially, 140-some yards rushing, 5 touchdowns, 2 two-point conversion runs. I guess the big story of the game had to be tonight was the offensive lines, the push they got getting off the ball.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We are just starting underway. That kick's going to go out of bounds from Hortonville, going to be a penalty. There, the flag comes down again. Very quick halftime here. Caught us off guard a little bit. Usually in for at Gerke Field, we've got, I think it's a 15-minute initial halftime, then they add 4 or 5 minutes on after that. What I could tell, we just got 10 here. Very quick halftime break. And actually, I know it was 10 because our Hard Knocks video there for you is usually somewhere 12 to 15 minutes, and didn't quite have time to get through that for you. But you can watch that on Facebook and YouTube if you want to catch the rest of that Edgar Hard Knocks episode. Here comes SPASH from the 35-yard line. Handoff up the middle to Smola, and he is swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Gain of nothing there for Braylon Smola. Brings up 2nd and 10. Second and 10 here for the Panthers. Again, as they lead this one 20-10. Started off up 14-0 for an opening drive touchdown for them, and then handoff to Smola here, and he is swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage. Making the tackle that time was Matthew Spielman. Spielman swallowed him up behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 brings up 3rd and 12. But again, that last touchdown drive prompted by the wide receiver sweep pass from SPASH. Here it is, 3rd and 12. Chandana going to drop back, go for the screen to Smola. Not a lot of room there. Cuts up. Going to gain maybe 4 or 5 on the play. It will bring up 4th down. And a likely punt for Stevens Point here, and it does look like the punt team's going to come out. Gain of 4. It'll bring up 4th and 8 for the Panthers. So the Polar Bears force a 3 and out. It's going to be a punt here for SPASH. Now we'll see as, again, Charlie Belson to punt. And this has been the bugaboo spot for SPASH tonight, their punt team. Let's see, they've given up a punt block in this one, and their punts have not been great. That was a little better than the ones we've seen in the past, and a flag down, recovered by SPASH, but there's a flag down, I believe. And no, it's just a muffed punt. There may not be a flag down. SPASH recovers the muffed punt. Must have been the turnover flag that I saw thrown. So a muffed punt here for Hortonville. Recovered by the Panthers. And SPASH will keep possession here. They'll take it at the 42 as we take a look at the replay. Belson on the punt. I believe that was Strange on the return. He dove forward, muffed it, and actually that was Volin diving on the play. But you can see it clear as day, a muffed punt. And again, I think that was Seth Valeri actually on the return. Valeri muffed it. 42-yard line for SPASH. Shotgun look. Chandana going deep to Konopacki. Diving catch. Makes the catch. What a catch by Amon Konopacki. And what a season he's had so far with highlight reel catches. Amon Konopacki, an excellent, excellent throw by Grant Chandana as well. Put it right in the breadbasket, right over the shoulder. SPASH going to hurry up here on the great throwing catch from Chandana to Konopacki, setting him up in the red zone here. They hand off up the middle to Smola. We'll take a look at this replay. And as you can see this, it wasn't even that open. This is just a perfect throw from Chandana. Perfect coverage and an unbelievable catch by Konopacki. Again, that's a great catch by Konopacki, but looking at the replay, I think really the props goes to Chandana on the throw. I mean, props goes to both players. Great catch by Konopacki to just make sure he could still see the ball with the defender right in his face, but what a throw that was from Grant Chandana. The catch from Konopacki. 2nd and 5 off the Smola run. They're going to give it to Smola again, and Smola is going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage. Loss of at least 1 here. They're going to give him a loss of 2, maybe even 3. Loss of 3 on the play will bring up 3rd and 8. As, again, it's the pass game has really been what's done it for SPASH here of recent, really in the second quarter, and now here in the third. It's been the passing game. Chandana and really Konopacki is that #1 wide receiver threat for Stevens Point. And we'll see if they go back to that well to Konopacki again. He's had 2 deep down the field catches. He's already got a touchdown, does Konopacki. And SPASH going to have to call timeout so they don't get a delay of game call. We'll take a quick break as well. Be back with more SPASH Hortonville football here. Conference matchup after this on Zaleski Sports.
You know better when you see it.
All right, 1, 2, 3.
But sometimes it's a little harder to tell what better looks like, and you could use a little help.
Thanks, Mom.
Security Health Plan. Everything you need in a health plan. Everything you'd expect from a good neighbor.
Welcome back, everybody. It's 3rd and 8. SPASH in the red zone here at the 13-yard line. Man coming in motion. Chandana drops back. Going to go to Konopacki. A quick screen. He gets a nice block, and he's close to a first down, but not close enough. He's going to be short a couple of yards here. And again, that was an interesting design play. That was kind of a quick screen to Konopacki where at the last second a blocker came, and it was nearly a crackback block. Could have been called there. It'll bring up 4th and 3 here for Stevens Point as SPASH continues to go to the Konopacki well. And Konopacki's got one-on-one coverage down here. We've seen him make a contested catch already tonight. We'll see if they go to Konopacki at the bottom. No, up the middle to Smola. Smola powers forward, and he's going to be close. This is going to be very close for SPASH. The first down marker was at the 5. The naked eye shows short, and they call short. A yard short, turnover on downs for the Panthers. And the Polar Bears make the stop. So again, the Polar Bears avoid the bad consequences of the muffed punt, but they will have worse field position than they would have had if not for that muffed punt. But no score on the play. Shotgun formation coming out here for the Polar Bears. Their first possession of the second half. Butson hands off outside to Strange. Strange taken down. Might lose a yard here. They give the tackle to Ethan Ellinger on the play. Again, Ellinger plays both sides for this SPASH team. Tight end on the offensive side, defensive end on the defensive side. Brings up 2nd and 11 here for the Polar Bears. Shotgun look here. Vollner in the backfield. Play action pass, going the little short curl route, little hitch, and he completes it to the receiver, Colin Zhang. So Zhang makes the catch, just short of the first down marker. It'll bring up 3rd and 1 here for the Polar Bears. Third and 1, shotgun look again here. A little surprised, actually, they didn't come out in I formation and go with another QB sneak. It's worked twice in short yardage situations. They're going to go with a pass, a bubble screen out to the outside, caught, and that's a first down. On the reception that time was Winston Peters. Winston Peters makes the catch and run for the 5-yard gain, and the Polar Bear first down. Brings up 1st and 10 from the 23-yard line of Hortonville. Okay, they got a long way to go to put in the end zone here on this drive. But a score brings them within a field goal. Trips right here for Hortonville. And I think Butson got away with a false start there. He's going to go deep. Comeback route, is that caught? No, out of bounds. And I can't tell who the intended receiver was there. Tight end. Intended receiver Isaac Benke. It's listed as a quarterback on the roster. That might have been Blake Idle, number 13. Nonetheless, it'll bring up 2nd and 10 here for Hortonville. But again, it definitely got away with a false start, did the quarterback Butson. He really jolted that left leg before the snap. Brings the man in motion. Now a flag. And now we'll get a false start call. And again, I know it probably doesn't happen actually, but it always seems like when, especially in the sports, I think of basketball and football, if a referee maybe thinks they missed a call before, sometimes we see it. It almost seems like naturally it happens after. And again, I'm not in no way accusing the refs of calling a false start there that didn't happen. But it just seems like in the sports of basketball and football, we often get a situation where if a call was missed, it usually gets made up for after. And I think the false start missed before from Hortonville gets made up for there, I think. And it brings up 2nd and 15. Shotgun look. Butson back there. Drops back to throw. Trips right. Going to go to the short route through the hands of his intended receiver. We got a flag here. We got a flag down on the near side. We'll see what the call is here. SPASH is pointing to Hortonville. But, of course, not reliable narrators. And actually, this time they were. Illegal man downfield called for the 2nd time against Hortonville. And SPASH is going to decline the call, though. It'll bring up 3rd and 15 here for Hortonville. And we've seen Hortonville go to the pass a lot more recently. 3rd and 15 here for the Polar Bears in their own territory, 16-yard line. Trips right again. They've gone trips right most of this drive. Butson drops back. Good pocket here. Going to roll left. We've got a flag down on the near side of the field, and just going to run it is Butson. He gains maybe a yard. And again, I think based on where this flag was thrown, it was thrown between the receiver and corner on the bottom side here between Wendt and Ani Eddies. And it's going to be called against SPASH, holding on Stevens Point. They're going to get Ani Eddies with the hold. It is holding against the Panthers. And, of course, Hortonville going to accept that. And we'll see where they mark the ball here. But, again, that one on Johnny Anietti's. And we will see where they mark the ball. Again, for those of you that might be new to high school sports, high school sports do not handle the holding penalty the same way the NFL does. Penalties are from the spot of the foul based on yardage. So it'll wind up a 10-yard penalty, 3rd and 5. Third and 5 now for the Polar Bears. Much more manageable 3rd down. Trips right again. 5 receivers set, and they're going to go to the near side, deep down the field, and there's another hold. Yep, that one you could see. Wendt is happy about it. Wendt is giving some choice words to Anietti's, and that one was pretty clear from us here in the press box. Anietti's he hooked Wendt at the hip that time, and that one will be a 1st down for the Polar Bears. We're going to take a look at that replay of the penalty. And right there you can see the left arm hooking Wendt that time. Again, that's a good call. If you're Anietti's, you kind of just have to stay on the side of the receiver that you're playing. Because, again, I don't think he wanted to be on the outside of the wide receiver. I think he was trying to get back to inside leverage. But once you're on that side, it's tough to get back to the other side with legs in the way, a body in the way. You kind of just got to stay there and play it the best you can. That time he tried to get around. That's how you have the hooking and the holding call. So back-to-back holding calls on Anietti's, and it's a 1st down. Polar Bears at their 37-yard line. Trips right again. Handoff to the outside to Strange. Stiff arms one man and is stuffed up in the backfield. First one there for Stevens Point was Eli Hainselsberger. Once again, Hainselsberger has been active defensively tonight for the Panthers. That will lose the Polar Bears 2 yards on the play. Brings up 2nd and 12 from the Polar Bear 35-yard line. Again, the SPASH defense done a great job slowing them down in this drive. Just been penalties on this drive for SPASH that is allowed Polar Bears to keep their drive alive. Trips right again. We've had trips, I think, on every single play this drive for Hortonville. They're going to go up the middle to Strange. No, fake. Butson's going to keep it around the outside. He'll gain a few. They're going to give him 5 yards on the carry. It'll bring up 3rd and 7. As Butson gains 5 yards on the play. Does Broden Butson. 3rd and 7, and it'll be trips right again here for Hortonville. Again, they have kept going to that trips right well here. And they hand off the middle to Strange. Bulls over one Panther, but takes him down. And it looks like maybe Bridger Bolin on the stop. It'll bring up 4th and 4. And interesting, so Hortonville is going to punt here at the 43-yard line. Again, interesting call here. Pretty late in the game, and especially with a run there. High snap. But you know Wendt can punt, and he shanks that one. That's going to go out of bounds and out near the 30-yard line of SPASH. And the Panthers will take the ball 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line. Cheese Pleasers in Bancroft is a local hidden gem filled with all the finest cheeses, snack sticks, cheese curds, and cheese trays. For Wisconsin's finest cheese, stop at Cheese Pleasers right off I-39 in Bancroft. And for your next catering, birthday party, family night out, or just lunch on the move, make it a delicious, cheesy, Chicago-style deep dish slice from the one, the only, Rocky Rococo's in Stevens Point. 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line for the SPASH Panthers. And SPASH says, hey, we saw you go trips right a bunch. We're going to go trips right as well. Our first play. Chandana going to hand off up the middle to Smola. Bulls through a few Polar Bears. Falls forward. And going to gain 6 or 7 on the play. We'll see where they mark it. Looks like they're going to give him 7. It'll bring up 2nd and 3 for the SPASH Panthers. Braylon Smola with the 7-yard carry. And Braylon Smola is the quintessential workhorse back for this Panther team. And as I say that, he comes out of the game, and Izzy Moore comes in to spell him. Izzy Moore, the second string back this year. And they will fake it to Moore, go to Madalena, just behind Madalena. I think that was an RPO that time, run pass option. Chandana just quickly pulled it out of the gut of Moore and tried to go with a quick throw to Madalena, but just behind him on the play. And again, a lot of times on those plays on an inside, when a slot receiver runs a screen, the one thing a quarterback's got to worry about is the outstretched arm of a defensive lineman. Sometimes they're trying to avoid that, and I think that might have been what happened that time to Chandana, trying to avoid an arm, threw it behind his receiver. Shotgun look here, but a tight bunch set, and they're going to go up the middle to Smola, bowling forward, and he may have the first. I think he does. First down. Yes, Braylon Smola's got the first. And 4-yard gain for Smola. And again, that's the good thing about a back like Smola, kind of a big bruising kind of a back, is that no short yardage situations, even 4 yards. If you can just get 2 yards of no contact, a guy like Smola can usually fall forward enough for a gain of a first down, and he did that there. Handoff up the middle to Smola, bowling forward once again. 4-yard carry. Will bring up 2nd and 5. They give him 5 yards on the carry for Braylon Smola. 2nd and 5 at the Panther 46. About 2 minutes left here in the third quarter. 2nd and 5 here for the Panthers. Got a stoppage for something here. Find deals on everything your four-legged friends at Fleet Farm. Check out the huge selection of treats, toys, and food for your dog or cat. Shop and save on top brands like Purina, Science Diet, Tidy Cats, and more. Get everything you need in one stop. Get it all at Fleet Farm. Smola takes another carry that time. And I think he's going to lose a yard. And no penalty, illegal motion called. Illegal shift on Stevens Point. That'll back the Panthers up. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. It'll back them up 5. So 2nd and 10 for the Panthers now. Nicolay Bank offers personal banking at its best. They have locations in Stevens Point, Wausau, Colby, Medford, Edgar, and Merrill. Or learn more at nicolaybank.com. 2nd and 10 here for the Panthers. 2 receivers to the bottom of your screen. Shotgun set. Handoff up the middle of the Smola. Makes one man miss. Bowling forward once again and gaining a couple. Making the tackle on the play for the Polar Bears looked like Matthew Spielman. A couple in on the tackle, though, for Hortonville. Hortonville going to make some quick substitutions here defensively. It'll bring up 3rd and 7. 3-yard gain for Smola. 3rd and 7, the down and distance. 2 receivers to the bottom of your screen. Madalena comes in motion, and there it is, that play again. Handoff to Smola, and it works again. Braylon Smola with what's going to go down around a 20-yard gain for a first down. That delayed counter that we've seen now 3 times from SPASH tonight. And I don't recall ever seeing that play in game 1. Pulled out maybe for conference play here, but it is a play that the Polar Bears have yet to figure out. And again, it's a great job of misdirection. The motion man of Madalena comes across, and then also Chandana comes to bootleg and then hands off on the counter to Smola the other way. This time just a straight-up handoff up the middle to Smola. He'll gain a few. And looks like they're going to mark that for a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7 for SPASH now. But again, in this game, SPASH up 20-10. You got to credit the players making some great plays, but you got to credit the offensive play calling as well here tonight for SPASH. A lot of tricks pulled out of the sleeve from the Panthers tonight to be up 20-10 here. And that'll bring us to the end of our third quarter. SPASH 20, Hortonville 10. We'll step aside, be back with more Valley Football Association football after this on Zaleski Sports.
You want a job? You want a career? Farner Asphalt of Stevens Point is hiring. Farner Asphalt of Stevens Point needs laborers, truck drivers, and equipment operators now. Enjoy year-round benefits by calling Farner Asphalt 800-332-3360 to apply, or go to Farner Asphalt. Farner Asphalt is an equal opportunity employer including disability and veterans.
Hello, Wisconsin. Felt's Dairy Store in Stevens Point is your spot for family fun. Wisconsin style at the farm. Come have an ice cream or some of their daily made fresh cheese curds while observing the robotic barn milking the cows. Ask for a tour of the farm or let the kids see the cows up close. Various Wisconsin-made dairy and beef products, seasonal decor, and outdoor activities are just the start of the family fun that awaits you at the Felt's Dairy Store, just a half mile from Walmart in Stevens Point. Felt's Dairy Store, food, family, and fun.
Welcome back, everybody. 20-10 SPASH. We're going to flip sides as we get set to start the fourth quarter. No matter the job, big or small, look to Wood Street Rentals to get the equipment you need to get the job done. Offering a wide range of equipment needs and delivery to any job site, look to Wood Street Rentals in Stevens Point for all of your equipment needs. 2nd and 7 for SPASH here at the Hortonville 38. Madalena in motion. The fake to him. Handoff up the middle again to Smola. Tries to bowl through one, but a gang of polar bears come to take Smola down. And maybe a gain of a couple. Ben Smith was one of the polar bears in there on the play. And I think they'll give him a gain of 1 here. 3rd and 6 now for the Panthers. Matchup of the Panthers and polar bears here tonight in this Valley Football Association clash. First conference game of the year. As get you a score update from another Valley Football Association game live on Zaleski Sports tonight. But Shondanai going to drop back, going deep for Konopaki, and that was overthrown. Konopaki was open. If Shondanai could have kept that ball lower, could have been a nice catch for Konopaki. But just a little overthrown there from Shondanai. Going to bring up 4th and 6 as we check in on Wausau West and Wisconsin Rapids. Wausau West on the road leads Wisconsin Rapids 13-7 in the fourth quarter with 8 minutes left. Wausau West, a ranked team in the state of Wisconsin, up by 6 on fellow Valley Football Association rival Wisconsin Rapids. And of course, Stevens Point next week, a week from tonight, will be at home against the Wisconsin Rapids Red Raiders. But first, 4th and 6, SPASH going for it here. Shotgun look, Madalena in motion. Rolling right, he's got Madalena if he wants him, holds it, now finds Konopaki, that's a first down. Makes the catch, runs for another 5 or 6 yards, and it's a 15-yard gain for SPASH on the Shondanai-Konopaki connection, and we have seen that numerous times here tonight. Shotgun look, 2 receivers near side, 1 to the far side. 1st and 10 from the 24. Going to go up the middle to Smola. Smola gains a few, about 3 on the play. Going to bring up 2nd and 7 here for the Panthers. Second and 8, they mark it.
Second and 8 for SPASH at the Hortonville 21-yard line.
Hortonville 21, 2nd and 8. Come out in shotgun here. Shondanai.
2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right for Shondanai in the shotgun.
Drops back, hands off to Smola, and he's taken down immediately right at the 20-yard line. They'll give him a yard on the carry. Tackle given to Sam Belisle. Brings up 3rd and 7 at the Hortonville 20-yard line. As we'll get a clock change here. They're going to update the clock. They'll give us a chance to hear from our friends over at Mutual of Wausau. Mutual of Wausau Insurance, protecting homes, farms, and businesses since 1875. Visit mutualofwausau.com to find an agent near you. 3rd and 6, handoff to Smola, exact same counter play. And it's going to be short of the first down. Bring up about 4th and 2 here. Fourth and 2, but a holding call against Spash. Going to back him up from the spot of the foul. And let's see where they mark it here. 3rd and 14 looks like. 10-yard penalty. 3rd and 14 here for the Panthers. Shandana drops back, trips right, going deep down the left sideline. He's got Konopacki open. Touchdown, Panthers. Another Shandana to Konopacki connection here tonight. The 2nd touchdown of the night for Amon Konopacki. The 3rd passing touchdown for Grant Shandana. And Spash has blown this open here in the 4th quarter. They go up 26-10 on the Shandana to Konopacki connection. The 2nd time we've seen those two connect for a touchdown. Konopacki has to have well over 100 yards here in this game. 26-10. And a blocked extra point attempt keeps the score at 26-10. Spash leads Hortonville in this Valley Football Association matchup. We'll step aside, back with more WIAA football after this on Zaleski Sports. Welcome back, everybody, as we take a look at this instant replay. Shandana to the open Konopacki, and he just beat the safety to the spot that time. Amon Konopacki, his 2nd touchdown of the game. He is having an excellent season as the #1 wide receiver for the Spash Panthers this year. And also got to give a lot of credit. Grant Shandana has really had a great game throwing the football tonight as well. And now the kickoff here as Spash leads at 26-10. Going to be a short kick here. The return out to the 32-yard line. Thanks to our game day sponsors, U.S. Bank of Stevens Point, Franny's Family Restaurant, Lee Ayers Jewelers, Blinds and Designs by Kelly, Arbuckles, Point Insurance, and Premier Auto. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 34-yard line for the Polar Bears, and they need to make some noise here. Now, that missed extra point does mean something here because it makes sure that this stays a 2-possession game. Hortonville could theoretically score, go for 2, convert it, and then score and go for 2 again and tie this football game up. So that blocked extra point has some meaning there if Hortonville can get something going here on this drive. It's going to have to be now, though, for the Polar Bears with 8:46 on the clock. Trips left this time for the Polar Bears. Butts in, goes low and throws low, incomplete. Incomplete towards the left sideline, brings up 2nd and 10. Felt's Dairy Store is Stevens Point's favorite place for cheeses, ice cream, meat, and more, all grown right here in central Wisconsin. Felt's Dairy Store, food, family, and fun. And we all depend on our water, so let Maher Water Corporation ensure you and your family are in the right hands for clean water. Learn more at maherwater.com. Shotgun formation here for the Polar Bears. Strange flanking Butson. Butson drops back, trips right, going to roll right. Got some room over there, got a receiver over there, completes it to him, and he has got room down the sideline, down near the 40-yard line. It'll be a 27-yard gain. Flag down on the play as well. On the catch was Gavin Vollner. And we'll see what the flag is here. That came so late, you got to think it came after the play. Vollner on the catch and run, gains about 25. We'll see what the call is. Unsportsmanlike conduct against the Panthers. Maybe we had a late hit here, and let's take a look at the replay. Let's see if we can figure out what happened. Unsportsmanlike conduct, and no, against Hortonville. It's on Hortonville here. And so that's not a late hit. Let's see here if we can find anything. I mean, you see the Panther tap. I guess, yeah, it must have been said. Something must have been said there from Hortonville. In all fairness, to Hortonville, did kind of look like Riley Manternack may have hit Vollner in the face a little bit. Maybe it was a light, nice job, guy, tap. I don't know, but nonetheless, unsportsmanlike conduct on Hortonville. And the completion to Peters there on the swing pass, the bubble screen. His knee hit the ground at the line of scrimmage, so a gain of nothing as it's going to bring up 2nd and 10. And an update, Wausau West now leads Wisconsin Rapids 21-7 with 3 minutes left in that one, so that one likely going to be closed out by Wausau West. They take down Wisconsin Rapids 21-7, but worth pointing out the SPASH team going to have to play that Wisconsin Rapids team, and playing a team as good, as expected to be as good as Wausau West this year, that close. That should be in for a good matchup next week. But this one far from over here, 26-10, under 8 minutes to play. Butson drops back to throw, trips right again. Now Butson going to roll left. He's going to take off and run. No, he's going to throw, and was that caught? Yes. Peters makes the catch on the sideline. Winston Peters makes the toe tap grab there on the sideline. Gain of about 15 for the first down for the Polar Bears. And it'll bring up 1st and 10 from the Hortonville 42. At the 42 here, 1st and 10. Polar Bears trying to get something going here. If they can score and get a 2-point conversion, they keep their chances alive in this game. Shotgun look, trips right again. Hortonville has been in love with the trips formation this half. They've really liked loading one side of the field with receivers. Handoff up the middle to Strange, and he maybe gains a yard on the play. They'll give him one, stuffed up by a slew of Panther defensive linemen. Going to bring up 2nd and 9 on the gain of 1 from Levi Strange Vandenelzen in there on the play. It will bring up 2nd and 9 here for the Polar Bears. Got trips right once again. Strange remains in the backfield. Butson at quarterback. Dropping back to throw. They're trying to set up a screen, and that's dangerous. Incomplete on the play. Great play, though, made by the defensive lineman, Brett Standifer. Standifer got in and broke that one up. He was not fooled on the screen. Stayed home and played the running back. Heady play there by Standifer to break that one up. It was a dangerous throw with Standifer there. Incomplete, though, brings up 3rd and 9. And Express Employment Professionals has relationships with all the local businesses and job openings. Call or stop in at Express Employment to find the right career path for you. 3rd and 9 from the SPASH 41-yard line. Trips right. Butson. And Strange in the backfield. Going to drop back, looking right, looking for a crosser. He's got his man caught, well short of the first down marker. Colin Zhang on the catch, going to gain about 5 on the play. It'll bring up 4th and 5, and you got to think the Polar Bears are going to go for it here. 4th and 5 this point in the game. In SPASH territory. 6.5 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter. 4th and 5. You got to think with what we've seen, especially with what we've seen from the Polar Bears this half, they're going to drop back and throw it. They're going to stay trips right. They've really liked those route combinations they've gotten, the trip side. Butts in, goes to the comeback, intercepted again. His second interception of the game going down the left sideline. That is Jackson Spees, his second pick of the night. Jackson Spees, and again, that was almost a mirror image of the first interception that Spees had in the first half, where the Polar Bear receiver had no idea the ball was coming. Butson throws it, and Spees is just there. Again, looks like cover 2 again that time from SPASH with Spees in the flat. He's just there to make the play. He says, "Thank you, sir. I will take that right in the breadbasket for another interception." And if SPASH is able to hold on to the ball, they're getting very close to sealing this football game. But nonetheless, that's the second interception of the game for Jackson Spees. And Spees with the pick sets it up for SPASH at the Hortonville 42. Got to think SPASH going to ride the back of Smola here. Hands it off up the middle, bowling forward, falling down, getting taken down at the 40-yard line. Now we're going to go to that replay on the interception here. So again, Butson throws to the outside receiver. Again, there's nobody there. There's nobody there. That's the second time tonight, and I don't know, is that on Butson? Is that on the wide receiver? Just some miscommunication there that time from the Polar Bears for the second time tonight. I didn't have a look at who the wideout was that time, but again, it looked like Butson was expecting his wideout to come back to the football, but on both occasions tonight, no receiver's been there, and Spees is just standing there saying, "Hey, thank you. I'll take another interception to add to my stat sheet." 2nd and 8 for the SPASH Panthers here. Chandana hands off up the middle to Smola. Smola's going to gain a couple. And also worth pointing out that Hortonville's got a new quarterback warming up here. Hortonville might just be putting their JV or some of their second-string guys into the football game. But we do have a quarterback warming up for Hortonville. It's Isaac Benke is warming up at quarterback for the Polar Bears here on the sideline. 2-yard gain is going to bring up 3rd and 6 for the Panthers. 4.5 minutes left to play. Trips right. Shotgun here for SPASH. They're going to go up the middle of Smola again. Makes one man miss, spins forward and swallowed up for a 3-yard gain. It will bring up 4th and about 4 for SPASH. Shoot a Funeral Home is your local family-owned and operated funeral home committed to serving families with compassionate, individualized, and affordable funerals. In both Stevens Point and Plover, let their caring staff be a source of strength in your time of need. 4th and 5, 1-yard gain here for the Panthers. They're going to go for it here. Madalena comes in motion to the strong side of the field. Trips right now. Smola and Chandana back there. Now Madalena will motion again. Now come behind. And they might just be trying to do some misdirection to draw them offside. So, yep, a hard count again here, and they're going to call timeout. Does Stevens Point, and my guess is we're going to see a punt here from the SPASH Panthers, try to pin them back in their own territory. We will step aside and take a quick break. Be back with the finishing moments of this game after this on Zaleski Sports.
As a proud sponsor of Zaleski Sports, Stevens Point Brewery brings you a variety of gourmet sodas to indulge in while watching your favorite teams. Flavors include black cherry cream, kitty cocktail, mango, orange cream, vanilla cream, and root beer in regular or zero sugar. Have it as a float for the perfect post-game treat.
To me, the perfect run is when things start to get tough and I'm trying to keep my pace going and I hit this moment where I just quit thinking about what I'm doing. I've heard surgeons mention that as well, that during their best surgeries, you're kind of in just a pure flow. You know, my goal with patients is to try to help them get back to doing what they want to be doing.
Welcome back, everybody. SPASH will indeed go for this. 4th and 5 coming out of the timeout. Chandana drops back to throw, fakes to Konopacki, now going deep to Konopacki, and that's going to be too strong, out of bounds, incomplete, turnover on downs. Hortonville will take over at their own 37-yard line with 3:33 on the game clock. Treat the whole family to breakfast or lunch at the Rock and Roll Cafe. Mexican and American dishes cooked to perfection daily on Stanley Street in Stevens Point. And Spectrum Benefit Solutions, with offices located throughout central Wisconsin. Spectrum Benefit Solutions is your group benefits provider for health, dental, accident, and life insurance. Spectrum Benefit Solutions works with hundreds of clients of all sizes to help you attract and retain the best employees. Find Spectrum Benefit Solutions on Facebook to get started. And turn your house into a home and shop home furniture. Find many top brands of beds, sectionals, recliners, sofas, and so much more, all at a family-owned discount furniture store. Shop home furniture on Grand Avenue in Wisconsin Rapids and Post Road in Plover. 1st and 10, trips left here for Hortonville. Dropping back is now the quarterback change, and just about an interception on the first pass of the game for Isaac Benke, the sophomore. And Benke's defense, that wouldn't have been on him. That went right through his receiver's hands. I believe that was Kane Fletcher, the intended receiver. Very nearly another interception for the Panthers. But again, we have a new quarterback for the Polar Bears. It's Isaac Benke, the sophomore, coming in for Butson. Trips left. Benke, a 5'9" quarterback. Shorter quarterback, and oh my goodness, Benke gets walloped by Braylon Nystrom, a cornerback blitz from the Panthers that time, as Nystrom absolutely swallows Benke. That's going to be a loss of about 8 on the play. It'll bring up 3rd and 18, and if you're Benke, not what you wanted to see on your first couple of pass attempts, a near interception. Again, that one wouldn't have been on him, but a near interception and then getting absolutely smacked on a defensive back blitz. 3rd and 18, trips left. Benke, the quarterback, whistles. And a delay of game call against Hortonville. So again, we're seeing some of the effects of having Benke, who I'm guessing maybe this is his first varsity action of the year, the sophomore. And
now they make it 3rd and 23 here for Hortonville.
And again, it's expected to see. You got a young underclassman, a sophomore coming in at quarterback. Some growing pains there. See a delay of game. Does bring up 3rd and 23. Trips left here for the Polar Bears. Benke going to drop back, and he's going to go deep, and that is right to a SPASH Panther. Another interception for the Panthers. Running down the field, getting some redemption. This is Johnny Aniades, and he is taken down at the 12-yard line. Johnny Aniades with the interception. Aniades effectively seals this game with 1:55 on the clock with that interception. SPASH might be able to just kneel it out here. Find your new career with Farner Asphalt, now hiring for laborers, truck drivers, and equipment operators with year-round benefits. Must be 18 to apply. Learn more and apply today at farnerasphalt.com. Crystal Finishing Systems is a family-owned business now hiring for both their Weston and Mosinee locations. With openings in manufacturing, fabrication, management, customer service, and so much more, join the Crystal Finishing team. Learn more at crystalfinishing.com. And Stevens Point Orthopedics is proud to provide athletic training services to Pacelli athletes. Stevens Point Orthopedics, world-class treatment, hometown care. As we take a look at this replay, again, this is Johnny Anietti's with the interception, and that one was right there for him. Just had to run under it, almost like a punt return, and makes the interception. That will seal it for Stevens Point here in this one, but still going to have to run a couple of plays, and they're going to run plays here. They're hand off to Smola, who breaks out of one tackle, falls forward to the 10-yard line, gains 5, and again, I don't think Hortonville's going to call any timeouts here, which means SPASH should be able to just run it out, but I think they might need a first here. Yeah, with 25 seconds. Yeah, with the play clock where it's at in high school ball, we will need 1 first down from SPASH. Luckily for SPASH, they've got a workhorse back that can pick up tough yardage in Braylon Smola. Smola, our highlight house player of the game last week. Saw Jack Ruzicki interview him. Speaking of that, we're going to have post-game interviews again for you here tonight. We'll talk with Coach Eigenberger. And Smola going to take it up the middle, down to the 5. He will have the first down. But again, coming up at the conclusion of this game will be your Nasonville Dairy post-game show. They've got fresh cheese curds made daily. Go to NasonvilleDairy.com. And again, we'll be talking with Coach Eigenberger, and we're also going to talk to our 2 highlight house players of the game, quarterback Grant Chandana, as well as wide receiver Amon Konopaki. So we'll talk to Konopaki and Chandana for SPASH. So be sure to stay tuned to that postgame show. We'll have live interviews for you here on Zaleski Sports. SPASH is going to run another play here. Maybe they'll call a timeout once the play clock runs down. And that they will. Timeout, SPASH. We will take one more break, be back with the conclusion of this one after this on Zaleski Sports.
Grassland Dairy Products is your match for an exciting new career today. Go to grassland.com to see the opportunities waiting for you. Browse through careers like CDL truck driver, shipping and receiving, line tech, quality assurance, forklift, maintenance tech, inventory associates, and more. Great compensation, weekly pay, and 0 premium company paid health, dental, and life. Apply now at grassland.com or in person at Grassland Dairy Products, Fairground Avenue, just south of Greenwood.
At Nicolet Bank, we believe that our hometown communities are the backbone of what makes Wisconsin special. From Crivets to Manitowoc and Algoma to Grand Chute, you see a thriving community with Nicolet Bank working as a partner, acting not as a corporation, but a community. When we serve together with local entrepreneurs and leaders, great things happen. That is our guiding principle. A strong and successful hometown means a strong and successful Wisconsin. We are proud to be a part of that. Nicolet Bank. Real people, real conversations.
With that kneel down, that will do it. The SPASH Panthers take down the Hortonville Polar Bears 26-10 here tonight. They improved to 2-1 on the season, 1-0 now in conference play in the Valley Football Association. Hortonville drops to 1-2 overall, 0-1 in conference play. Coming up next is your Nasonville Dairy postgame show. Nasonville Dairy with fresh cheese curds made daily. Go to NasonvilleDairy.com. We're going to take a break. Be back with your postgame show again. We'll be live with Coach Eigenberger as well as our highlight house players of the game, Grant Chandana and Amon Konopaki, right after this on Zaleski Sports.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. Nasonville Dairy actually goes back to 1885. We are the oldest plant in Wood County. When our father brought us here in the early 1960s, we ran 7,500 pounds of milk a day. We now run 1.8 million pounds of milk a day. We buy dairy milk from 200 dairy farmers here in central Wisconsin, produce it, and ship it all over the world. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's cheese, pizza cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fir, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Cafflatiri, Caffla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. This has allowed us to go to a lot of different countries. Our furthest accounts are now in China, Japan, Canada, Saudi Arabia. We do ship to Mexico, as well as a number of other places throughout the world. This is what we call Cheese Making 101. We tried to walk you through the cheese plant today, and we're in hopes that you see our people, what they're doing, and the amount of work that goes into producing the products that we hope you enjoy. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's cheese, pizza cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fir, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Cafflatiri, Caffla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
Thank you.
All right, welcome back, everybody. It's your Nasonville Dairy postgame show. Nasonville Dairy with fresh cheese curds made daily. Go to nasonvilledairy.com. Joined now by Coach Edgar of the SPASH Panthers. And, Coach, you guys came out 14-0 to start off this game, first conference game of the season. They cut it down to 14-10. Then you guys responded, won at 26-10. Just talk a little bit about what you saw from your team today, what you liked out of your guys in the first conference matchup on the road here in this season.
Yeah, so a little bit of adversity there too because this is our first road game against a really tough opponent. So we knew that we had to be sharp early, and we started off hot. And they counterpunched, and we were able to take it. That's what we want to do. We think we're a hard-hitting team, but hopefully we're not a heavyweight that goes down. I think we found tonight that even when the other team hits us hard, we're able to respond right back. The defense played one heck of a game. We moved the ball well. We were more explosive today. But, we stalled out on a few drives there, especially some big ones. We could have ended it earlier. But the defense just played one heck of a game. It was a great game.
Yeah, and then offensively, obviously you had Braylon in the backfield doing his thing, but you had Grant throwing the football, Amon catching the football, their connection here tonight, a couple of touchdowns for Amon there. Talk about those two guys and their connection here and their importance, obviously, those two guys getting it going there, quarterback-receiver kind of combination like that.
They're two guys that had a great connection last season, and they continue to work on that every single day. They get sick of running routes on air and just running routes constantly, but I tell them it does pay off. If they're listening back there. But, it pays off because it's hard when you're sitting there running routes, and Amon's been real selfless for the game last week. We got touches early, and then we just had to run the ball. And so he came out tonight, and he didn't care last week, and he didn't care tonight. And he knows when he gets the opportunity, he's going to make it, and Grant's going to deliver him a great pass.
Yeah, and then as you look ahead, you start the conference season off well, 1 win, and then you're going to keep it going here. You got Rapids next week. Talk a little bit about, heard a little bit of your message there at the end of the game, but talk about what your message to this team was, obviously getting your first conference win here, and as you look to progress through the season.
Yeah, we talked about a little quote about, everyone's trying to run the same race, and we have to, if we want to win the race, to win conference, we got to run it a little differently. So we got to make sure that we're doing things to separate ourselves from the opponent, and I think we're putting in a body of work that's been doing that. Nothing's going to be easy. This is a great conference, and every week we just go week by week, and really day by day in our preparation to make sure that we reach our goals. And next week we got another tough one against Wisconsin Rapids. We just go week by week, and we got a lot to prove still, and our guys are hungry for it.
All right, thanks a lot, Coach. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
All right, now we'll be joined by our 2 Highlight House players of the game, Amon Konopacki and Grant Shonda. I'll have one of you guys stand over on this side of me. Here, right there is perfect. All right, I'll start with you, Grant. So you guys came out, started this thing off 14-0, had it going offensively. Then they responded, put up 10 points. How did you guys kind of respond back? 14-10, that blocked punt, it seemed like maybe momentum was shifting, but you guys came back, won at 26-10. How'd you guys do that?
Yeah, so during practice, like all week, we just practiced working like on air, and we just all knew our defense is going to have our back. Of course, mistakes are going to happen, but it's how you respond. And with how our line blocked all day, it's all props to them. And then when I have receivers all around me making plays, you never lose confidence. You're always just out there. You're like, oh, next play, and that happened, and we ended up with the victory.
And then I'll go to you, Amon. You had one great catch over here. You had a lot of great catches tonight, but one great catch over here. It was a great throw from Grant as well over the shoulder. We were there for that game one-handed grab you had. I guess talk a little bit about your connection with Grant, your guys' connection, and just what you're seeing out there on the football field. You caught one from a receiver today. Talk about what you were seeing out there, and what's your mindset going into games as a playmaker on this team?
So I think they were just letting us go deep for some reason, which was a mistake. And Grant, he's a great guy. He knows how to throw the ball now. Like last year, it was a lot of kinks, but now we're flowing, and I love it. So I couldn't do it without any of the guys on offense. It's amazing.
All right, then I'll come back to you, Grant. Ask you kind of a similar question. You talk about you got a lot of good receivers on this football team, but obviously Amon had 2 touchdowns tonight. Talk about your specific connection, I guess, with Amon. We've seen it throughout this short season so far, but talk about your guys' connection and your confidence level, I guess, in Amon to make plays for you guys.
Yeah, it starts in practice, and then we had all last year. As I was a sophomore, he's a junior. We're just able to continue building that connection, knowing we can spark into the upcoming year, and being able to just go into practice every day and just working hard. It's just the recipe for success, and tonight without our line, without our defense, we couldn't have done it. So all props to them, and props to Amon and all of our coaches.
Yeah, and then Amon, I'll come back to you for the last question. As you guys move forward, first conference win of the season, and the first game on the road here, as players, what is your guys' mindset as you continue to slowly move through this season week by week, and you got the conference schedule now heating up here?
Well, we're going to win conference. That's just how it's going to be. Every guy in the locker room has the confidence to do so. So if we keep on operating like this, conference is ours.
All right, so the last thing we're going to do is put you guys in the house. So I'll give one of you guys to take the microphone. And can we do this with 2 people? You'll look right up if you see Trevor up there with the camera. So I'll count you down from 3, 2, 1. We'll start with Amon. You'll say, my name is, first and last name, and then you'll hand it to you. You'll say, my name is, first and last name, and then you'll both say into the microphone, and we're in the house. Okay. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. All right. We get out of the shot. 3, 2, 1.
My name is Amon Konopacki.
My name's Grant Shondana, and we're in the house.
Great job, guys. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep. All right, those are our 2 Highlight House players of the game. Grant Shondana, as well as Amon Konopacki. Thanks to those 2 guys for coming out and joining us here post-game, as well as Coach Eigenberger. It was a big conference win for SPASH to start off the season. 26-10 win on here tonight. And again, talked about it on the broadcast, talked about it with Coach and Grant. One of the questions we asked them there was, you start off this game up 14-0, and then the Polar Bears, Hortonville, comes out, score 10 points, but not only do they score 10 points, that touchdown came off a blocked punt. A lot of times when you get special teams, mishaps like that, sometimes you can see momentum shift. Coach talked about the perseverance of this team a little bit. They didn't let that happen. Came out, scored a couple of touchdowns, and sealed this win. And you heard him on there. You heard him say it. He said that they're going to win this conference. He came out and said that. So I think, and you hear the post-game message. I can tell you from after this, that's what this team, their eyes are on. That's what this team's eyes are on, is winning the conference, as it should be. Coach Eigenberger talked about it. Of course, Amon saying they are going to win the conference. So again, that's confidence that clearly this team has, and we'll see what happens here on out. We'll be here covering it for you live on Zaleski Sports all year long. But that's going to bring us to the end of our Nasonville Dairy postgame show. Nasonville Dairy with fresh cheese curds made daily. Get your cheese curds in Marshfield Curtis or at NasonvilleDairy.com. And that's going to bring us to the close of our broadcast here tonight. With that, I want to thank everybody for joining us. From myself, Cale Jacoby, alongside Trevor Zaleski, doing the great production work here tonight. Thank you, everybody, for joining us, and we'll see you next time right here on Zaleski Sports.